Well, howdy. It's good to be back out here again. Been sick the last week and a half or so, so it's nice to finally be walking around and doing stuff again. But the time has come to side dress nitrogen, and I brought the foliar out here today, and I just need to mix in about 9.5 pounds of urea into the 15-gallon tank, and then go spread it out. I don't think I had cleaned either of these out the last time I was out here, so I suppose I probably should do that before I start putting urea in there. And of course the bucket is on shore. I've never had problems with that the other years. Oh, here we go again. And of course the wind's taking it back inshore. Maybe I'll get stuck on those reeds right there. Any day now. Got stuff to do. Oh, the bugs are annoying today. Come on, let's go. Alright, find this thing. Hopefully this thing's got gas. I don't think I got any extra gas out here right now. Yeah, I don't think it's gonna work. Well, I don't think this one actually had anything bad in it, so I'll use this one. These freaking caterpillars are all over. hear it in here somewhere. Actually, I bet it lost its prime because I kept the nozzle open. It's probably why. Should be good enough. All right, you can go back to sleep. Okay, so the goal here is to dilute 1.5 of these of urea pellets into 15 gallons. So this whole tank right here. That's the goal anyway. I've done this before, and from my experience, that much urea is probably going to be a pain to dilute into this much water, but we'll see what we can do. I'm gonna have an agitator going the whole time, so hopefully that will help. Probably should be dry, but I don't know. Just trying to get this agitator hooked up and going. I did this on the bigger tank. I haven't done it on the small tank yet. Not sure how this is gonna go. I was just gonna have to do that. See if I can get it in there now. You can already see they're just collecting in the bottom. I think I need more agitation. It's a little too much agitation. I got no middle ground though. Well, maybe I'll just squeeze it a little bit. Really need a better way to do this. I have to just go back to the other speed. I think it's just gonna have to be annoyingly loud. Sorry. Yeah, there's a bunch just collecting on this end over here. Need like a little jig that I can hold the drill in this exact position, and then I can just put the clamp on the trigger at about that speed and it would be perfect. So I don't know if anyone's ever done this before, but the reason why this is tricky is urea pellets, when they dissolve in water, it's an endothermic reaction, I believe it's called. So the water actually gets cold instead of hot. And the colder the water gets, how do you want to say it? The less likely it is to absorb into the water or dissolve into the water. So it's kind of a diminishing returns. The colder it gets, the harder it gets to dissolve. So you need a lot of agitation to keep everything dissolving in there properly. Don't think I see any sitting on the bottom. All right, I just need half more of these and we'll be ready to spread them. Fairly cold now. It's going to start really slowing down. All right, I think it's fully dissolved. So I don't think I really showed or explained my little system that I come up with here. So what I've done is I just cut up a piece of treated timber here, 48 inches wide. And then I took the hose coming from the pump and I brought it to a T right here, and they just go off to each side. And there's no real nozzle here, it's just spitting out the side, which I tested at home and it seems to work fairly good. So the idea is I'll just drive down the middle of the rows, so there'll be a row on either side, and the rows are about 65 to 70 inches wide, and this is 48 inches wide. And because of how wide the root system should be, it should be falling roughly on the edges of the tips of the roots. So that's the idea anyway. But before I go, I have to figure out what my speed has to be in order to dump that 15 gallons evenly across all the rows. So I'm going to do that right now. Okay, well, I was just up here and I measured the rows and I counted how many rows I have to go down. So we're looking at 170 feet for each row and 13 individual rows that we have to drive down. And doing the math, it comes out to 1.67 miles per hour I got to drive in order to empty 15 gallons in 15 minutes, because it's 1 gallon per minute, at 2,210 feet total of driving length. And since I have no way of getting that granular for the miles per hour, I just doubled it to 3 miles per hour, and then I'm going to drive down each row twice. So theoretically, if I do it twice, it should run out on the second pass. So we'll see how it goes. We'll give it a test here and see what it looks like. Oh yeah, I have to wire up the power. Wired this up one time. I think I just fed it through this column here. Hopefully that'll work again. Yeah, that'll work. Not the greatest solution, but I don't really want anything permanent since I'm not going to need it hardly ever. Let's see, I think I had to push that thing there. Not a whole lot of room here. Snooze bars. I think that'll work. Okay. Start coming out. Yep. Don't want to waste any though. All right, I think we're ready to roll. Judging by the wet trail here, I'd say the placement's pretty darn good. Could have maybe been a little bit closer, but I'm not going to argue with that. Well, I'm just looking at the tank right now, and for the most part, I'm out. And I still have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rows left. So I must have been going either a little slow according to the speedometer. Maybe the speedometer is not very accurate at these speeds, but I was either going a little too slow, or the solution was coming out faster than I thought, but didn't quite make it 2 full passes. So I think next time when I do this, I'm going to drive at 4 miles per hour, try and keep it at that speed, and should hopefully get across the field 2 full passes. So I think I'll just drive to the end of this one and take a look at the tank, and we'll probably be fully empty though. Yeah, she's definitely empty. Bone dry. Yeah, I didn't quite make 2 full passes across the field, but I think next time when I do this, when I come out, I will drive at 4 miles per hour and see where we sit at that. Should get us closer anyway. Well, that's about all I have for today. Probably end up doing this same thing tomorrow. I don't know if I'll record it tomorrow or not. Be basically the same video, so I don't know if I'll make another video tomorrow. Basically be doing the same thing, but I appreciate you watching.